Hey guys, I'm Bill Fuller. I'm the golf course superintendent here at Buffalo Valley in Pine Oaks. I've been doing a little fertilizing this morning, and I'm often asked what the three numbers on a fertilizer bag mean, and also what's the best fertilizer to put on your home lawn. So come on over here, I'll show you the product I'm using this morning, and we'll talk about that, and hopefully I can explain it a little better. Okay, the product I'm using this morning is a 16-4-8 fertilizer. Now what those three numbers represent are the percentages of nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium inside the fertilizer bag. The first number, nitrogen, is what gives your turf its good green color, and it's also responsible for tissue development. So if you have a lawn that's nice and green, it's actively growing, chances are you won't need a whole lot of nitrogen. On the other hand, if you have a lawn that's a little off-colored, maybe it's not growing so well, it's otherwise healthy, it's not under any kind of heat stress, drought stress, anything like that, then chances are you might need a little more nitrogen. Now the second number is phosphorus. What phosphorus is good for is root development and also for seedling germination. The thing about phosphorus is that it's very immobile in the soil. What that means is once you get it in the soil, it stays there for quite a long time. So that's the reason I have a lower number in this fertilizer. We actively fertilize the golf course, put down a lot of phosphorus over time. It really don't go anywhere for a while, so we don't really need a whole lot of that every time we fertilize. Now the third number is potassium. Potassium is responsible for assisting with reducing stresses in the turf grass. Things like drought stress, heat stress, even winter injury, winter kill, things like that. So when you're expecting to go into conditions where you might experience those stresses, it might be good to bump up those potassium levels to a higher point to combat those stresses. In other words, if you're going to the summer, you're obviously expecting drought, heat stress, so maybe a higher potassium fertilizer for a late spring application or early summer application. Same thing goes for going into the winter. You might make a higher potassium application maybe in the late fall. With all that said, what I would really recommend is getting a soil test done about once a year. Now I know a soil test may sound difficult, but it's really an easy and inexpensive process. And it'll really take the guesswork out of exactly what fertilizer you need and the percentages of each one of these nutrients. So we'll talk about that a little more next time. But thanks for listening today. I hope this has helped, and I'll see you next time.